I'm so excited for our theme song.
Oh, I know. That's what I was going to ask. We're doing that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
you guys tell me to do something. I'm
okay,
a monkey.
all right, man.
I'm a monkey.
Y'all!
Yo!
What up?
We're here and we've done it!
Done what?
The ReactCAST!
Oh, that's what we're calling it.
We're calling it that, and I don't know how I feel about that name.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be excited about it.
Okay, I like that. I like faux excitement.
It just feels so basic, but what we're gonna include in this podcast will be worthwhile.
And as we get deeper, as we go into it more, maybe there will be cast on it, and it will actually be ReactCAST.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What happened?
nothing.
No, she just got it.
She got it. And we have a theme song.
Don't we have a theme song?
We
guys suck.
We totally have a theme song.
They said
and I
I'd
think that,
You have it?
yeah, we do have a theme song, Joe, right?
Yeah, do you feel that? ReactCAST.
Uh-huh.
React fast.
Okay.
Get yo ass to the ReactCAST.
Get it.
ReactCAST. Broken
Come on.
cast.
Come on.
Got mad fast. Missed the ReactCAST. Get to That's it. We're done. Take it out.
Beautiful.
This is so sexy to listen to in the headphones. Ooh.
Well, okay. Nicole, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
So, I mean, look, we got Kevin Plachy on the ones and twos.
What's up?
We got Nicole,
Hi.
PVF and fearless leader of all things React, and myself, Joe. And we've heard from you guys. You would like a podcast. Nicole's had it on a bucket list for a very long time. But this is going to be kind of a forum for all things React eventually. We're going to figure it out as we go. But, you know, starting with me and Nicole right now and Kevin. And then we'll bring other producers in to hang out.
And there's so much else that happens outside of all of the content that we're already putting onto the channel. And we have so much weird information in our brains that we don't know what to do with. So we figured this would be a good forum and outlet to be able to share our weird with you.
Yeah, let's obliterate that fourth wall a little bit. Show what's happening back here. We can elaborate further on videos in the week, et cetera, et cetera. Once we really get like going, and this is like an up-to-date thing that's constant, we can react on the week itself.
Oh.
Also, we can answer all of your questions.
That's
I'm sure
fun.
you have lots of burning questions.
Ooh, Q&A, baby.
Q&As for sure.
Oh, will we ever finally do a Generations React to Cats in the Cradle?
Whoa.
What if I just said yes, but I'm not going to give a timeline? Yes.
It's happening. You
Yep.
know it's going to happen now.
Oh, man.
Sometime.
Sometime.
Coffee.
Oh, Joe got his coffee.
Thank you.
You know what is weird? I'll tell you this.
Water. I've got one.
She got water. I'm in a weird position here, and let me tell you why.
Please.
You two are the bosses, okay? And well, okay, you're boss of most people here.
Nicole. Yeah.
Nicole.
No, there is definitely a CEO.
There
We have
is
bosses.
definitely there. I know you have bosses, but what I'm
There are
saying
higher
is,
ups that we get to blame for everything.
I feel like, and this is of course my own self-inflicted thing that's happening, but I feel like I'm having to. You are judging me extra.
Oh, we're always judging you.
That's what I know, but this feels like it's
We
like
judge
a
everyone,
microscope. I'm sure. You got it. It's your job.
Yeah, it is one thing, to have to craft a new thing, but then also have to be part of it in real time.
And get your guys' reactions. To what's happening.
We're going to adjudicate them the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And then live on the podcast, we will give them a review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that?
Let's
like
do
that.
it.
Okay, great. A little behind the scenes is what we do here. Every video, we bust through after our producer's done, and then we just break it down really fast in 5 minutes at 1,000 decibels constantly.
Ooh.
1,000 is what I said.
1,000.
What number is that, Kevin?
That would be 1,010.
That's a lot of miles.
It's 1,010.
Nobody's worth that.
Not worth that, Joe?
I'm not going to walk that far for you. I'm sorry.
Aw.
That's so far.
Now I know our relationship, how deep it goes.
I have a first question here that I really liked.
Okay.
That was based on wanting to kind of get to know you guys in the quickest way possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there something about you that you think people assume because of your appearance or demeanor?
Oh, weird.
Meaning somebody sees you and you think they're thinking something about you just because of the way you look.
I mean, the honest answer to that question is Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? Please don't hate me. What can I do for you to like me? Please like me. Please. And then I'll run away.
I mean, I'm similar. That's where we share. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have the opposite of resting bitch face. I generally just smile at everybody that I see. So then everybody talks to me no matter, like, even when I'm having like a really shitty day and I don't want to talk to anyone, like, I can't help it.
Weird. Yeah.
I've noticed it already. Even when you're just like working on your laptop or having to do like research for something, it's just a little smile.
Yeah.
It just
on
looks
there.
like this.
Yeah, but I'll like be out at places and like I would not to like, when I would be at bars, like I would just be smiling at everybody and then everyone would come over and I'm like, no, I don't actually want to talk to you.
I was going to say, that's what that makes you, is the person that everybody can talk to.
This humble brag. I'm done with this humble brag. Ooh, this thing that's wrong with me makes people come up to me and love me. If I'm at a bar, everything's free. I haven't paid for anything at a restaurant forever because I have resting non-bitch face.
Damn.
No, it's probably hell at times, like you said.
But also,
Leave me alone.
Also, we do a lot of true crime stuff on the channel, and everyone's always like, why is Nicole smiling when she's talking about all of these terrible murders and crimes?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's just me.
You do present things in a very macabre, like sociopathic way. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which is what we want to talk about on this episode.
Ooh.
Is true crime.
Oh.
And everything around true crime.
Okay.
Okay.
My first question is a simple one, and it's, have you guys committed crimes?
Yes. I have committed crimes. Have you committed crimes?
I mean, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
You don't have like an answer?
Well, I mean,
Have you been caught committing a crime?
do speeding tickets count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I definitely have a few of those.
Yeah, but did you smile and get out of it?
No, I didn't. I definitely did not because I was going really fast.
How fast were you going?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
No, you have to.
No.
You're on the ReactCAST. There's no rules.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, okay, listen, I had a sports car and I was in, what's the state? Utah, where the speed limit is really high.
Okay.
Is it like a 75 or 80?
It's
type
like an 80.
Okay.
The Beehive State. In some parts of the Beehive State, there's like,
And, like,
posted.
I didn't know this.
And it was, I was like in the middle of absolutely nowhere, very much cruising in the 3 digits.
Whoa, you're a 3-digit girl?
So there wasn't really, like, they lessened it a little bit, but, like, I couldn't talk my way out of that one.
Where they did the thing they were like, we're going to say it was 98.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, it was still a pretty bad.
Wow.
So that brings me to a question, too, that I've always had. Because when I see 80 on my speedometer, I'm like, let's not push this. Let's chill out a little bit. I do hit like 85. I've gotten to 90.
You monster. You speed monster.
But 80 is my limit. Like, that's where I would stop. Is that similar for you guys? What's your limit?
Depends on where we're driving.
And depends on probably if kids are in the car.
Dude,
Maybe?
Yes, no, there's a very real like 2 sides of the coin when it comes to how I drive with my kids and how I drive without my kids. My kids bully me because I drive so cautiously with them in the car. They're constantly calling me out. Like, you could have went, Dad. You could have went through that. While if I did, the T-bone would have hit my daughter right in the side. I'm like, you would have died. And I'm like, maybe I should have done that because you're lipping off right now. Maybe if there was a world where there was a second chance and you could murder your kids once just to teach them a lesson, but then they come back and they're fine, maybe that would be okay.
Uh-oh.
I just want to teach her a lesson.
Well, it is. I think it is. She's doing it.
No, but when I'm by myself, more chances for sure.
Are you getting up to like 85, 90?
In LA,
It's impossible, right?
on the freeway, I have because it's 65, 70 posted on the freeway.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go 80, 85, and it's like nobody bats an eye.
I agree.
And that seems to be
Can
like.
you tell my mom that, please?
Oh, did she rag on you?
Oh, yeah. If I hit 70, slow down.
Oh,
slow
no.
down. I know,
Your
dude.
mom's 93.
Hey, dog, she'll listen to this one.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
What about you, Nicole?
Yeah. You're a speeder.
No, not. I not as much anymore because my husband told me to stop.
Oh,
Okay, there you
got
go.
chastised too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a bad speeding ticket.
Okay. Yeah. How much was it?
It was a lot.
Oh, you could say the number.
I don't remember, but it was a lot, and it
200.
stayed on my record.
Oh, no,
for
I
5
bet it
years.
would be more than that, right?
The bigger implication is that it raised my insurance
Yeah.
for 5 years.
Yep.
So that was not great.
Okay.
But like I grew up in LA when Fast and the Furious came out. Like I had neon lights in the interior and under my car.
This is blowing my mind.
And my commute was over Laurel Canyon to Mulholland to Coldwater, which are just like canyons, and I would have swim practice at 5 a.m. So I would take those curves at the top speed I possibly could.
Are you pumping Natalie and Bruglia?
Oh yeah. No, Matrix soundtrack.
Oh.
The Matrix soundtrack was the best soundtrack to drive to.
This is amazing to me because this is I would have never pictured that at all.
There's some devil horns under there.
I know.
Yeah, but he told me to stop, so I've behaved.
Okay. All right.
Also, as a spoiled kid, I wanted my dad's old Honda Civic. Mostly because I wanted to make a little rice rocket and paint it and trick it out. And
Can you say rice rocket? Is that okay?
I can say rice rocket.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I say that?
No.
Okay. Delete when I said rice rocket.
Okay, I will.
And I'm spoiled, and my parents said, absolutely not. You're an only child. We're putting you in as big of a little tank as we possibly can. But they got me an A6.
Okay. Is that fast? I don't know.
It's a nice sports car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing had a very nice engine that did very well at hugging those tight turns. German-made car. I don't know what they wanted me to do.
Can you say that slower and like you're in a sexy commercial talking about a car? Hugging those tight turns.
Well, if we want to talk about weird stories, I got a letter in the mail that said, hey, we noticed that you bought a car recently. Do you have a valid passport? Would you like to be part of a research study? Can you fly to Germany on Friday?
Oh my gosh.
No. That's a kidnap sex thing.
I said yes.
What?
I mean, further what this is. What was your reasoning for saying?
Did you
yes
just watch
to that?
Yes Man? And you're like, my life has changed.
It's a market research company. I figured I did a little research. My parents said, hey, if you go, you have a credit card. If anything is fishy, you run and just buy your own plane ticket home and figure everything out.
How old were you?
I was like 22, 23.
Okay, not a baby. Not a
baby.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was a delightful 48-hour trip to Berlin to go test drive Audis.
Okay, that's pretty
This
cool.
is amazing.
But when did the sex kidnapping stuff happen?
I didn't know. And we have a Facebook group called I Didn't Lose My Kidney in Germany.
You actually have a face. You're not even lying.
No, I'm not. And
I just say stupid things that sound dumb. Nicole just has actually done that.
Yeah.
I have a good friend that I made on that trip who I still talk to this day.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Bold. So that you've said that before. You do a lot of market research things.
I do. They're fascinating. Why would you not say yes to going into a room, talking about your opinions, and then getting paid money?
I was gonna say you're paid for all that, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
So I think I got paid $600, plus we got a stipend, plus we got a free trip to Berlin where they put us up, they took us out to dinner, they took us to exotic car museums.
Wow.
And we got to go on a test track and drive what became the electric Audi.
And this showed up in the mail?
And it showed up in the mail.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know that earlier question when you were like, what did people assume about you by your
It's
looks?
exactly what I was gonna get to. Yeah.
People think I'm, I guess, a guy's guy sometimes, and in some ways maybe I am, but I don't know crap about cars.
Yeah, I would.
Horses scare me.
You're definitely the first time I was getting to know you, I thought you were much more manlier than you are.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a compliment.
No. What else makes me beta, baby? Let me know. Let me know in the comments.
The dancing.
Hey,
Yeah.
I dance with an alpha male's awkwardness. Come on now.
His dancing is beautiful.
There's a slight lack of rhythm. But if you were to look at this table at this podcast, you'd go, who knows cars? You'd probably, but Nicole knows a lot.
I know.
But I don't know that I know a lot. I
More than me?
just like driving fast cars. That's about it.
That's still more manly than me.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do anything for me. There's people that see cars and they borderline get arousal from it. And I'm like, I don't care. Just give me the grocery getter. I'll drive the grocery getter, please.
Yeah, I get you.
Wait, have you committed any crimes?
Yeah, you can't just do
You
that.
can't ask the question and not answer it.
So I have, as a kid, shoplifted.
Yeah, I did that too.
See, okay, that little stuff.
How guilty did you feel and for how long?
Okay, so I had a really great friend group in middle school and throughout elementary school and middle school. Then it started to come into high school, but I met other people in high school, and those other people were not the best brand of people.
Okay.
So started hanging out with them, but was having so much fun they got into like weed, all that stuff, and then took me along for their adventures where we would take like, but it was like candy and stuff like
Adventures.
that.
I love
yeah,
it.
that's what it felt like.
Little Goonies. So you were originally a
get-
part of like the Rambunctious Six gang.
Yep.
And then you joined the little
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. It led to like we would get chased by like big guys because we were being such idiots to other people and everything. It was a scary little 2-year splint in my life. I know.
Wow, you're forking the road.
But I mean,
You flirted with the other side.
I did. And yeah, it was all right.
What was it like to kill a man, Kevin?
Let's not go there. But Nicole,
Yeah. Oh.
you have like, you've been talking about it since we've started talking about this podcast.
Uh-huh.
True crime is like your love, right?
I do. Listen, I think actually all women secretly love
Okay.
true crime. And
So
this is
I
like
need
a
to figure this out.
common
Why? Is it just
thing.
why? Why? I need
Thank
to know
you.
why.
There's something about like a lot of times in society, I feel like women are always put in that victim place that they like to hear other stories, especially about strong women who are able to like survive and escape and get out of those things.
Okay, I understand that.
Plus, they also, it's important and it's good for them to know and be curious about the like tortured psychological, like crazy minds of what people out there are capable of to make them feel safer and more secure about the situations that they're in their lives.
Oh, okay. So by comparison, grass is always bloodier on the other side.
Interesting. Okay.
But that
Comparison.
doesn't account for my opinion. Because the fascination with true crime I understand, but I don't. But I also like there's an empathy side of me that doesn't get it. So what you're saying makes sense. Like from a female point of view, stories of overcoming people.
Right.
But then there's the other side where I would contend, and I don't got the statistics in front of me. Kevin can maybe Google it. Like I would contend that the female audience is also the main audience for like serial killer love. Like
Whoa.
Ooh, yeah.
they also jump
there's-
in. 'Cause, I mean, there's nothing like female empowerment about that. That's a dude that killed 17 people horribly, maybe got caught, but like it's just a wake of tragedy and hurt, and then it gets to the point where they become borderline superstars.
But a lot of serial killers are secretly sexy.
See, that's the problem.
This is where, yeah. Why?
Okay, but to be a serial killer, to be a good serial killer, you have to be able to lure your victims, which means that you have a certain aura or a certain presence or a certain confidence, something that's able to attract your victims in. And like, confidence is sexy.
Yeah.
Confidence is
What is
always
happening?
sexy.
Yeah.
Confidence
I mean,
is that's
Look, Raven's here,
here.
our social awesome producer. Raven, are you fascinated with true crime?
Yeah, but I don't have a very elegant response like Nicole does. I don't know where it comes from. I just love it.
Do you have a boner for Ted Bundy?
No.
Thank you.
he is a good looking man though.
What about Richard Ramirez?
I actually don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. The night,
I don't
night
think I know
stalker.
who that
Yes,
is.
you
the
do.
Night
Oh, we only know his
Long
stage name.
hair. American Horror Story like really gave him a bunch of storylines. No.
I don't watch American Horror. I like true crime. I can't stand horror.
Okay. All right. So
There's something about like real that's okay, but like I don't do like fantasy and I definitely don't do like boo ha ha.
Okay.
boo ha ha, boo ha ha. That's the new theme song. Boo ha ha, boo ha ha. Do you like true crime, Kevin?
I never did, and then meeting my girlfriend, we started watching stuff together, and then I slowly got into it a little bit more. I wouldn't say I'm like hardcore, but I have listened to quite a bit now of podcasts, YouTube videos all about true crime.
It's the why. Like it's the inquisitive question of what motivates someone, why they do what they do, and trying to understand the psychology of it.
psychology.
Like, that's the catnip hook.
You're trying to put yourself into their perspective and be
Yeah.
like, how could I actually do something like this? And also, you're learning about a very scary possible thing that's happened, but you're getting to experience that in a safe environment.
So it's like
Yes.
a spooky house, but with murder.
yeah,
It's like an ebook, but for murder.
for murder.
Look, I'm gonna take some notes here real quick. Okay, so confidence is sexy. If marriage is
Is
on
this the
rocks,
best thing for him to be
I
taking
don't
notes
know.
on?
murder neighbor Murder other neighbor.
Okay.
But never the
Murder.
dog.
Never dog. Wife will love me if I kill more, but do it with confidence. Don't awkwardly dance anymore, said Kevin. Kevin hates dancing. Okay, I'm good.
Please dance. Continue dancing.
So here's my thing with true crime, right?
Yeah, I had this written because I remember we were talking about it and you were saying, I don't get it. I do not get it.
So I don't get it to the level of sexual fantasy.
I didn't say sexual fantasy. Let's just wait. I definitely did not.
But it gets there for a lot of people, for sure. It really does. I mean, that's why serial killers get weirdo freaking girlfriends that start
Right.
as pen pals, right? Impregnate me with a knife. So I don't quite get that. I do understand like the natural human connection in the narrative that is inherent. Like it's like a good movie at the end of the day, but it's with real people. The real people aspect of it, as I've gotten older, and maybe because I've become father, and now we're at the age where we're starting to lose people, et cetera, I empathize so much with the families that are getting the echoes and the reverberations of their loved ones that were killed. And then, so there's that. They have to go through that tragedy. Now imagine being anybody connected to a Dahmer crime right now. Anybody. Dahmer's face is everywhere. People are idolizing Dahmer. People are replaying the murders of your loved one, and it's become pop culture 20, 30 years after you already handled that shit with your therapist. And now you're in the line. You're in the line at the grocery store, and my daughter is behind you, who's 16, and she goes, I really just love Evan Peters. And then you hear me go, even as Dahmer? Yeah. So like that's where my empathy side comes with it. It's like I feel bad for all those people that have to keep reliving that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to think of that story every time we get all excited to listen to a true crime podcast.
Like,
You ruined it.
Good. I ruined it. You're welcome. Nah, she's still all
I know.
she's
That's,
still all randied up.
so, Nicole, do you have a favorite?
I do.
And you did say that you did, and I hadn't heard of this, so I would love to hear about
I
it.
do. Belle Guinness.
Belle Guinness.
I'm probably going to screw up this story. So
Do
we're
your
going to
best,
treat it as
yeah.
like MFM when I talk about these things. The facts are probably going to be a little screwy. Just full disclosure. But I did hear this story about this woman. I think it's from like the 1800s. It's like a very, she is on record probably one of the deadliest female serial killers who was never caught.
Oh.
Confidence. Mystery.
Confidence. She immigrated to the United States and I think had sort of like a mail order. I want to say she was like from Hungary, like Hungarian husband.
Okay.
Came over, things were going well. He took out a insurance policy on their business. They had some sort of business.
Okay.
Business burns to the ground. They get the insurance money.
Oh,
she
got
goes,
it.
What happened?
oh, insurance money.
She took one out on the hubby.
Yes.
Yeah, bold move.
They had a bunch of kids. She took the money from her husband's untimely demise and bought a farm in Indiana.
Which is
Okay.
like buying a sports car these days.
Yeah.
Moves to this farm with her family and then proceeds to figure out how she can still attract new people. She puts ads in the newspaper basically saying, listen, I am an unwed single woman with this large estate. I need a spouse.
This sounds like my favorite Deer Penthouse.
Men, a lot of Eastern European men would reply to her ads and say, oh, I am interested in this. She would ask a whole bunch of questions like, do you have any family here? Do you have any
I'm
connections?
interested in farm and also woman make love.
Exactly. And so she would say to them, okay, great, you don't have any connections. Well, take all of that money, cash it out, sew it into your underwear, and come to my farm in Indiana. They would show up to the farm. She would then murder them,
Yeah.
take all of their money. But because they hadn't told anyone where they were going, nobody really knew what was happening. These just men were disappearing. And they were young men who had just immigrated here who didn't really have any connections in the States yet.
So there's no records, and she's getting
There's
that
no
undie
records.
money.
And she's getting all that undie money. And as it's going, she hit the point where, like, I think they discovered at least 14, if not 50 murders that she
Where
committed.
was she burying them at the farm?
She was
type of
burying them
deal?
in the
Okay.
farm. She used her lover/farm hand to help her bury all of these bodies around the farm. And then at some point, that was it. One of the guys that came out had said that he didn't know anyone, but actually had like a sister or a relative or someone who he told
Somebody had a connection.
had a connection that he was coming. And then when he mysteriously disappeared, they started to investigate what was happening.
Okay.
As she felt them closing in on her, she staged a giant fire at the house. And after the fire cleared, they found all of her children who had died in the fire. She killed all of her family.
Okay.
She killed her lover. And then they found a decapitated female body that sort of fit her description.
Okay.
But also weird. Like, why would she be decapitated?
Yes.
Look, when I go, I'm going to decapitate myself.
And everything was burned off. So there was no way to properly, actually identify.
We ain't got science back then.
Yeah.
Science
I've
wasn't
thought about
invented
this.
until
It's
like
you could've
1935.
you could have gotten away with
So much.
So much. What a dream.
And then I can't remember exactly what happened. There were some other accounts of like other people encountering Belle Guinness like down the road, and she just evaporated into the mist and was never caught.
Yeah, they assumed that this decapitated body was her, and that was what like the record showed
Yes.
essentially, but it wasn't ever fully able to be proven.
Fully able to
Damn.
be proven.
Wow. Wow.
So boss bitch.
yeah, boss
Yeah.
bitch for sure. And also, if she's still out there,
Call
I've
me.
only said nice things. Yeah, call me. I got some undie money for you. It's a little wet.
How is that not a cool story?
That's amazing.
That's okay. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a super cool story. It's super interesting. It's the type of stuff that it was written on the page like Seven. It's like the movie. Like,
Totally.
Great.
Mhm.
I mean, you heard of Albert Fish, right?
That sounds
No.
familiar.
Albert Fish. I don't even want to get into it too much, but he's so evil that when you read his story, it doesn't leave the folds of your brain.
Oh.
Just an evil, gross, child-eating mother
Oh.
from like the 1800s that like sent a letter to the parents and was like, your kid was delicious. Like
Oh, I
crazy
do remember
stuff.
this story. I've heard this.
Dude, you read the Wikipedia and you're not going to sleep for a little bit. But that's the type of stuff that like I do
That's
get
another
fascinated.
level.
I do get fascinated.
Everybody gets fascinated.
Everyone's
though.
fascinated. I think I don't know. I feel like there's probably a study out there somewhere that women are able to disassociate a little bit better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because like I can read and see all of these things, and like yes, they are traumatizing, and yes, I will think about them, but like they don't sit in me the same way.
You can compartmentalize.
I can
like,
compartmentalize that
I
information.
I could probably bet on that too. Yeah.
I think my kids ruined me.
Well, there's in
Don't
more
worry.
ways than one.
They'll never
No,
listen to
man.
this.
But yeah, the morbid curiosity is something that fascinates me as well because it comes when it's like you see an image or something that's blurred on the internet and there's such an urge to want to click that blurred image.
That bait.
Yeah.
That bait.
That
exactly.
bait. Get that bait.
Right. Let's end this on a hypothetical.
Okay.
And I love this hypothetical. This has
Okay.
been a hypothetical that's ran in my family. This is a
Is this a Plachy special?
passed down hypothetical. But I'm sure it's been told by many people.
Wait, did you steal this hypothetical as a family from the Johnsons?
What's your ultimate plan to get away from the cops in a high-speed chase? Let's say you're able to pick any location to start. You get to plan the whole thing, but you got to get away. So how are you getting away?
Okay, so the hypothetical has a bunch of hypotheticals in it anyways. I get to choose why I'm in a high-speed chase.
Oh, yeah.
What have I done prior to
Yeah.
be within said high-speed chase?
Right.
Do you have an answer yet?
No, I definitely do not.
She
have
needs
an
time.
answer. But I do want to share one silly story.
Oh, yeah.
Because this has been my favorite. Just in terms of weird sequences of events. My husband has a thing with one of his best friends where every time something bad happens to his friend, something strange happens to Kale.
Okay.
And so
And Kale is your husband?
Kale's my husband.
Okay.
Yes, like the vegetable.
Okay.
but he's not a vegetable.
But he's no, very leafy though. His friend got into a car accident. Not great. I think something fell off and like hit his car, and it was really bad. Kale then was driving down the highway, and a truck opened, and a whole bunch of roller skates came out onto the highway.
What the hell? You could have given me
Yeah.
1,000 guesses to what fell out.
What?
1,000. And I don't think I would have ever said roller skates.
Another time, some guy, a bag of potatoes had fallen off of the truck, and they had fallen under the truck, and something hit it where it basically made a potato gun coming out of the back of the truck and fired potatoes at his car and like broke his windshield. It wasn't great, but like got hit with potatoes.
2 cool stories. There's got to be a third.
And
Comes in
then
threes.
the last one was, this wasn't great. Like he was driving and a guy who was on many drugs like ran out in front of his car and like he hit him and he was like, oh my God. The guy jumps up, like does a silly dance. Exactly. And then just like takes his clothes off and runs away.
Ooh, gave him a show.
Yeah.
And Kale's like trying to chase him down to be like, are you okay? He called the cops. He like did all of the things to like file the report. He was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what happened. Like he jumped out of nowhere and like they never found the guy.
Okay, so there's only one thing that Russia does better. There's one thing.
Say
Eastern Europe in general. They record everything on their dash cams.
Everything.
We don't do it here. He missed it because he's not Russian. Could you imagine that video?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Everything.
That's so good.
There's meteors. You see everything just through a Russian dash cam.
What
But yeah,
we
the
have-
roller skates was really,
That's amazing.
insane.
And also crazy dangerous.
yes. No, that was not like, that's a crazy thing to happen on the highway and have them all like skating around.
That's like your husband. Your husband should have died like 40 years ago. But the death that is associated with him, like the death spirit that's chasing him down, is just really bad and lazy at the final destination.
You're right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The roller skates were supposed to turn into something elaborate.
But it got
The potato gun?
like that's perfect.
And he's like, I got things to do.
Yeah, he was another passerby in that movie that just saw it happen. I love that.
That's crazy. Whoa. Okay, Heist. That's good stories. Heist. Okay, I'm going to vamp so you can think of yours.
Oh no.
All right, here's my heist. My heist. Well,
It doesn't have to be a heist.
But it is now.
You just get
I'm in a heist.
So you stole money.
I've stole money. I'm fast and furiousing this thing, all right? There's something that I've had in my head that I always wanted to put in a script if I was ever to be able to like write a James Bond
Everybody
sequence,
write this down.
right?
Okay.
This is what I've always wanted to do. It's a simple stunt, but I always thought it'd be a cool moment. This is just step one. So I'm being chased, and there's like, we're going high speed. There's cops. There's everything. There's whatever. I'm in my fast car. There's a barricade ahead of me, or there is a
Spike
gap.
strip, maybe?
A spike strip. I press a button on my car that Q probably hooked up, and
Hold on.
my hood.
You said anything. You didn't give any
Q.
stipulations.
This is mine. This is my
Yes,
chase.
All right.
They're chasing me. And then my hood flies off. And the hood lands, and a thing comes out, and it turns it into a ramp. I ramp it, the thing goes back down. After I go off of it, I fly. It's awesome. It's like Keanu in the Bustin' Speed. I land, boom. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet because it's a heist. I got a crew, right? This is some Ocean's 11. So I got a crew. But my crew is just made entirely of the little acrobat guys.
Okay.
I don't have a tech guy. I don't have like the muscle. I got nothing. I got 10
Yeah.
flexible,
Bouncy.
bouncy, fast acrobats. What ends up happening is that we get into like a Spider-Man situation where we're going through a high-rise in the city and stuff like that, and then they just start Tarzaning me through the streets like a barrel of monkeys until I get away, and I pay for that kid's cancer treatment with the money that I stole because he deserved it,
Damn.
and I'm a f***ing hero.
I needed a music background for that.
I like the idea of a heist team made out of just
acrobats.
But truly, that would work perfectly.
Right? Little contortionists. All right, Nicole.
I've been turned into a cow. May I be excused?
That's a good reference. Good reference.
I could give you mine.
Yes, let's hear yours.
It's been a bit since I've like fully talked this out, but I love watching high-speed chases, like the helicopter following the car. That's like one of my favorite things. It's also super nostalgic for me because we would watch those as a family and like tune into that
They
stuff.
were like,
Is that common?
yeah.
well, the
it was
OJ
like
chase.
Well, that of course,
especially
yeah.
in LA, it's like appointment viewing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
brings
is.
communities together.
So thing is that I want to have a big rig, like a semi-truck, and fill it with tanks and tanks and tanks of gas.
Okay.
Okay.
Start speeding down the freeway.
We're listening.
Get the cops behind me. They're chasing me. It turns into it's televised, okay? Now we're watching it. This thing goes on for, I mean, this could be days. If I
got a bunch of gas.
If I have that much gas, I
You're
could
saying
drive
you're not
from-
just hauling the gas. The gas is connected to
to the
you maniac.
and so I might drive through Canada. It's going, okay? Then to get away, I plan a stop on some sort of like sewer,
Okay.
whatever.
You're gonna
what's
Ninja
the-
Turtle this.
Ninja Turtle this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up, I'm gonna stop the semi truck. I'm gonna open up the middle of the semi truck. I'm gonna press a button, and a giant parachute balloon thing is gonna fly over the top of the truck. Okay, so that it completely covers everything that you can see.
So now
This is where-
you're breaking batting the house
I'm
now.
Breaking Bad. Yes, you got it.
You're putting a gas. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I'm sneaking down underneath into the sewer, essentially, which is
Okay.
kind of gross.
Depending on the sewer.
Follow the sewers to my house. Go into my house.
You're in Canada.
No. I went around. Let's say I went around. I went back.
This has been a 3-week chase.
And I tune into the TV and just watch them trying to open up my truck that I'm long gone from.
Go to your room.
You don't like that?
I just like the unnecessary balloon.
You know what that
around
is?
it's a
'Cause
distraction.
it's a distraction, but it's also a show. Imagine watching that on TV and seeing that happen and
Okay.
being like, whoa, what the heck's happening?
How about this then? Can I one up it
Oh,
for
yeah.
you? Can I give some notes? Can
Like
you
I
give some
said,
notes?
yeah, please.
Okay.
This was like my 12
You need a bunch of acrobats. No.
He needs a bunch of rollerblades.
rollerblades, acrobats on
potato
rollerblades.
guns, yeah.
So instead of I'll let you keep the weird around the truck balloon
Please.
thing. You can keep that, but it's a show, right? Why not also have like 3 4th of July, like special fireworks, like that amount, 3 fireworks specials
You're
worth
saying-
of fireworks also connected to the truck, so that your show is truly a show.
I agree. I mean, we could even have like dancers come out at the same time and have like a show.
This is getting
It's your
expensive.
acrobats on roller skates.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
that, and you could fly through your your chase is going on at the same time, and
jump.
you can
You're
fly
all
Jump
through.
over
truck.
Evil Knievel.
All right, we got there.
Yeah, okay. Nicole?
I've said this often. If I'm in that situation, I would like to not survive.
You're just going to careen?
So my answer is I'm just going to careen off of a very large cliff and
You're going to Thelma and Louise it,
yeah,
but just by yourself?
just by myself.
No, you'd get away. You already revealed that you're like
I know.
the fastest
That's what I was
driver on
gonna
the
say.
planet.
It's like Fast and Furious for sure.
She doesn't
She
need it.
actually knows it. Yeah.
She's like, you amateurs. You and your cartoons.
All right, y'all.
Did we do it?
we do it?
We did it.
Is this a segue?
Wow.
This is a segue.
It's a segue, dude.
Damn. Okay. Kevin, what's this going to be like in the future? What are we doing here?
Each week, we're having a different theme essentially for what we're going to be talking about. Today was true crime.
Okay.
The next one, McDonald's. You guys want to hear about McDonald's and crazy facts about McDonald's?
Yes.
And
Oh yes.
what would happen if McDonald's got wiped off the face of the earth?
Yes.
Ooh.
What would happen?
I bet you economies would crash.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Shh. Please don't spoil it.
That's good. And if you haven't figured it out yet, Kevin is spearheading this whole operation. He is our man behind the plan.
Do we call him Kevin or do we call him Plachy?
I know I had this same thing because in this office there's a lot of Kevins
There are.
and I've been going by my last name, which is Plachy. So I'm fine with you guys calling me Plachy. I know it's gonna be tough for Joe because we've known each other longer, but
I'm going to call you P. Dizzle.
P Dizzle, you kind of already do sometimes.
Hey, P. Dizzle. What up, P. Dizzle? Sorry about your uncle's death, P.
Whoa.
Dizzle.
You'll call Nicole. Will call me Plachy.
Placky.
She'll nail it.
Yeah. Placky.
Placky.
Plachy.
Yeah, you're kind of like the leader of the orchestra of instruments that are voices.
Yeah.
on the podcast. Yeah.
And we have a lot of really exciting plans for this podcast too. This is kind of like our baby steps into it, but we're super excited for what's to come. Oh, and Nicole has more wine.
Yasmin
Fresh.
coming in with the wine.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Oh, she's topping her off.
Snaps. Thank
Wow.
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 Holy crap.
you. I did a good job hiring APs.
That is some boss.
I just
ass
remembered
shit.
too. I had this idea. It's a stupid little idea that at the end of every episode, I would show you guys a little clip and it would be a word from Anthony. And if you don't know who Anthony is, Anthony is our production manager.
Line producer.
Line producer.
He's been in a couple videos.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known him now for about a month, and I think I am in love with this man. And he
I am
is
also in love with
As
Anthony.
we should be.
His voice, everything about him is amazing. And I just want to hear him talk as much as possible. And I want other people to hear him talk as much as possible. So I would love to
I love
end
this.
each
I love
episode
this.
with a word from Anthony. So,
This is perfect.
Yes.
so if we get, because right now he's out of town, so I was not able to get one today. But I will get a clip to put at the end of this episode, and then you guys will be able to
Dude,
see it in the future.
way to leave them hanging.
Right. I didn't realize you guys knew that.
I was so excited.
I was so
like,
excited to see this word
What
from
did Anthony say?
I know.
Well, you guys are left hanging, but they'll get to hear it right now.
Wow.
And now a word from Anthony, aka me. And if you don't know who I am, you should totally be ashamed of yourself. But since this is the first episode, let me introduce myself. I'm Anthony, line producer at React, and I don't really know how I feel about being asked to do this segment. I surely wasn't asked because of my soothing voice. I sound like Fran Drescher, star and creator of the best 90s sitcom, The Nanny, which is a total crime. That show got canceled. Speaking of crimes, this week's topic is true crime, which got me thinking of some things that should be a crime, but aren't. Number 1, talking on speakerphone in public. Also, FaceTiming in public? Just why? Number 2, bringing fast food on the airplane. If you want to eat on the plane, just fly first class. Duh. Number 3, your pet dying. Specifically dogs. Well, and bunnies, but only because Plachy, the producer of this podcast, has bunnies, and I just love Plachy so much. Number 4, chewing with your mouth open. Absolutely not. Never. You will get punched. Goodbye. Number 5, paparazzi. You guys broke Britney and Lindsay Lohan. Number 6, hunting for sport. You don't need a rhino horn hanging in your living room for decoration. Just go to Crate and Barrel like the rest of us. Last, but surely not least, gender reveals. Literally, no one cares about your baby. I surely don't. Well, I guess that's it for me for now. You'll be hearing much more very soon. Bye.
That's crazy. Well, okay, so we're finishing up. Plachy is the man behind the plan.
Oh.
We're here talking right now, but this is kind of gonna evolve, and we want you guys to kind of come along for the trip. You know, we're gonna bring other producers in, let you see behind the scenes. Eventually, get ReactCAST in here, and just this is gonna kind of be an experiment that in real time, and we want to invite you along.
Yeah.
So let us know, like, what you think. Let us know what you think of this episode. Let us know who else you want to see.
Give us
on
topics.
Give us future topics.
Yep.
Give us questions.
Love
we'll
questions.
not give you answers.
Let us know if killers make you horny.
Oh, no, confidence makes you horny.
Confidently killing, though, also makes you horny.
Maybe.
No, you don't like any of those killers with no confidence. Like, I don't think
No,
I'm
yeah,
stabbing
no.
this guy very well.
If you do it, you gotta commit. Commit to the bit.
Nicole, do you like what I did to his throat? Oh God.
All
I'm
right.
not confident in my
Joe made himself laugh.
No, I made myself say, no, don't do that.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Hey.
Goodbye.
You gonna talk about how Joe Rogan's your favorite podcast?
Are we?
I actually don't know that I've ever listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and I feel okay with that. I've definitely seen clips of it, but I've never like sat and listened to a whole episode.
I think either me.
Oh, no way.